Jacob was at home. He was waiting. Jia did not answer his call. Servant told him Jia does not come home till late night. When Jacob lived here, Jia used to come home evening, but now everything changed. He was looking at the whole house. Everything in that house was same, but now there was no peace like before. There was no longer the happiness. He was still shocked. He knew that Jia blamed them, but he didn't know that Jia knew their secret relationship. He didn't know that Jia made a video of him and Leila to force them to leave. He could not imagine that Jia could do such a big thing. Namjoon hated them, but Jia was their best friend. They had always take care of Jia. He always protect Jia. He remembered the first time Jia saw there, the day they saved her from some students who are going to kick her. He was her senior, but he always gave time to Jia and helped her in her studies. Then suddenly, why did Jia help Namjoon? She knew Namjoon hates there. Even then, he was forced to wonder what happened to make his daughter so negative. He always considered his daughter as a friend and gave her love, but in return for his love, his daughter gave him so much pain. He wiped his eyes and looked at the clock. 8:11 o'clock. And then looked outside. Jia was getting out of someone's car. He stood up and looked at his daughter. It was indeed his daughter, for whom he left there. It is his daughter for whom he will stay awake many nights. Yes, it was his daughter. That had changed now. At the age of 21, she forgotten her father's respect, love, hard work. It was his daughter. Jia entered. Jungkook was still looking at her. What time is it to come home, Jia? Jia turned after hearing this question. Oh, Daddy, how are you? Look at time, Jia. Sorry, Daddy, I'm busy with my boyfriend. He looked at Jia. What are you looking at? Jia felt weird. I'm searching how many other faces are hidden behind this innocent face of my daughter. Jia didn't say anything. Zoe and I are not like that. Zoe was afraid to hurt the animal. I remember once a cat ran in front of her while she was driving and the cat was injured. From that day, your mother stopped driving. I used to tell her that I am with you, but she was afraid. Such was your mother. Never ma- and I have never made enemies. I have been managed a business since I was 23-year old and today I am 45-year old, but I have never done injustice to anyone. Never take anyone rights. I have suffered even losses in business, but I have never harmed anyone. He turned. Then how did you become so selfish, Jia? He came closer to Jia. I raised you, become a friend for you, become a mother, took every fun for you. Then why did you become like this? Dad, I was completely broken after Zoe's death. But I survived because of you. Raised you as a mother. Never thought for myself, just your thoughts. Ignore your mistakes. I was happy in your happiness. Then why, Gia? Why did you hurt your father? Why did you forget my words? Why did you live in such a hate? Why? She looked at him. I forgot to think about myself while raising you alone. I made you my world. When you grow up, you are allowed to do whatever you wanted to do. Nothing has even stopped you. Believe what you said. Then why did you hurt me? Did you hate me that much? He turned. Did I hurt you? Was I not a good father? Why you did all this to me? Gia said nothing. Or you had a problem with my choice? But you could have told me that I don't like that. Gia looking at the floor. Jacob looked at her. But you didn't have to do all this. You hurt your father. to get revenge on there? Gia looked at him. She's shocked. I wonder what happened. I was always surprised when I come to know that my daughter did all this. What do you think? You would do bad to someone and you would be saved? It doesn't happen, Gia. If you treat someone badly, you will also be treated badly. Gia panicked. Jungkook walking toward her. First, you blamed their character. Then you sent their videos of me and Lela. And then you told them to die and force him to leave. Gia's, Gia eye baked and she was scared. And now you have become innocent in front of me like no one in this world is more innocent than you. Dad, listen to me. Oh, and you are not ashamed? He saw his daughter. You are not ashamed to blame him and have no mercy on that poor boy. And what you thought I will never knew truth? Why did you do that? So what would I do that? Let you be his? Yes, I did it all. I did whatever I wanted. I didn't want to marry you with that. How can I let my father marry a man? The man who is my best friend? Nothing more than a friend. What do you think? I was not sad? What do you think? I did not cry? Dad, I was also sad when I heard my best friend, but I didn't do anything wrong. You are not ashamed of what you have done? You are arguing with me? It's not like that, Dad. So what? I want to know why my daughter did everything. Open all the secret today, Gia. Gia had not feared today. I had the thought of you choosing a man as your companion. He is my best friend. I trust both of you. But you both created illegal relationship behind my back. Illegal relationship? We love, and love is not illegal. Love is not illegal when it is not of the same sex. Hearing this, Jungkook eyes big and he silent. Jia also silent. There was silence for some times. So, so you are one of those people who hate same-sex relationship and consider them dirty? Consider it a disease? Jia was silent, and I thought my breathing was good. He smiled bitterly. How wrong I am. That look. I want your happiness. Look, you are a complete human. Like you are handsome and big businessman. You should marry a woman. That I will not stop you. If you marry any woman, I will gladly accept your decision. He smiled and looked at her. Do you think I need your exceptions now? She looked at him questioningly. You are my daughter, as you can fulfill your stubbornness. In the same way, I can fulfill my stubbornness. That when you can forget that I'm your biological father, I can also forget that you are my own daughter. You can take my love away from me. I can also take away myself from you, that I'm your daughter. Oh, he come closer to her. So am I not your father? I have not done anything bad to you, Dad. She started breathing deeply. Her eyes are red. I saved you from that game. I saved your honor that was about to go. Well, how is that? Look, Dad, you are a businessman. When you marry a gay man, your name will be on TV, newspapers. Then people will look at you with strange eyes, and then we will be affected by business. That he would have run you. When did you start caring about my business, dear? I don't care about all that. You have to understand one thing. In love, only heart and feeling are matter. Please don't start your lecture. Well, I'm sorry you found out about all this, but I have no regret for what I did. Gio? He was surprised. He deserved it all, and I was his friend. Why should I feel bad when his own brother doesn't? I did not expect that from you, Gia. She smiled. Tears started falling. I also didn't expect that from you, Dad. You made a relationship with my best friend and live with him under the same roof and make promises of love. I feel sick thinking that you two had such a dirty relationship. Sometimes I feel sorry that you are my father. It would have been better not to have a father like you. Jia, tear began to fall from Jungkook's eyes. If only you had died instead of my mom, I would not have had to face all this shame. Jungkook, how can I speak in front of the world? My father is Jungkook, a gay who had an affair. His daughter, his daughter's best friend. My father is such a sick person who like a boy 20 years younger than him to satisfy his hunger, who had a bad eyes toward his daughter's best friend. How do I tell the world that Jeon Jung whom people give an example, actually he was having an affair with a kid, a boy, that to behind his daughter back? You know what? I feel sorry for myself being your daughter. Jungkook patience run. He slept Jia. Jia looked at her father with teary eyes, who was breathing heavily. You are sorry for being my daughter? Jia was surprised. She said a lot in anger, but was she regret? No, she wasn't regret. Now she was angry. You raised your hands on me for that gay? You slapped your daughter, Dad. But Jungkook didn't answer. So, truth that was in your heart. Maybe for months, or maybe forever. You are ashamed of being my daughter? Jungkook stepped back. So, for that day, I chose to be alone. I choose you for this day. You hate me so much because I loved a man? That it was not love. It was not love. It was an attraction. You are trapped by this gay. Otherwise, my father is not like him. You slapped me because of it? Jungkook still didn't understand his daughter. Jia, Jia, why don't you understand? I love that gay. You, you don't understand me, Dad. I want a mother, not another father. She is screaming. I'm going. I will bring them back, and you have to accept him. She looked at her father. He will never come back again. He broke down when he saw your videos. He was crying like a small kid. I still remember the sound of his crying. Poor man was so meek. I feel bad for him, but what should I do, Dad? I had to keep you away from him. So I just hang up. Django continued listening. As far as I know, he will never forgive you. Now he start hating you. He hate you, Dad. And you know the hate of Kim Tae-hyun. He hate his father. And look, Uncle died, but he did not forgive him. He didn't hate his father, Jia. He always loved him, but Mr. Kim trusted the wrong people. I don't know all this, Dad. I know that they sees nothing in the front of hate, and he started hating you, Dad. He and I love each other, Jia. Dad, you doesn't love him. If you love him, you would not have insulted him on that day. You choose your daughter. You let they get a very, very dirty blame. This is not love, Dad. If you loved him, you would have supported him. He considered you his own world, whole world, but you end all his dream in one moment. You trust your daughter and show him you are really my father. You said that you have raised me alone, so that means I have followed your footsteps. I am sure you will be like me, selfish, mean, strong, psycho. That's why I'm like that, Dad. Jungkook looked at her. I'm bad girl, Dad. But what do you think about yourself? You promised that I will never leave you alone. But see what you have done? Left all his dream incomplete. Left him alone. Not support him. You also gave him pain like I did. I blame him and you turned that blame into truth. So we both same, right, Daddy? Like daughter, like father. Right now, I'm very, very angry with you. You slapped me, but she placed hand on Jungkook's shoulder. I forgive you. After all, you are my biological father, and now there is no there between us. Now everything will be fine, Dad. You, Lala, and me. Happy family. Right, Daddy? Jungkook pushed her. You are not my daughter. You are not the Jia I raised. I will never forgive you, Jia. He put his hand on his chest. You hurt me, and you don't regret it? He fell on the floor. Daddy, Jia panicked. That what happened? Jungkook crouched down on the floor. His chest hurt. The pain was worse. His face turned red. Tears started coming out of his eyes. Then Jungkook closed his eyes. Jia kept shaking him, but he didn't move. Jia crying, and then she called the ambulance. She was panicked. She was crying. She was scared. Perhaps her stubbornness took her father away from her.